Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 2nd of June 2024. Going to start today's video with a look through some of the weekend's watchlist stocks before getting on to the regular content. So starting off with SE here, which has been in stage 2 for multiple months now. Started to form a base structure, break out into stage 2 back at the end of February, early March time, and has since made some higher lows and higher highs. It's started to move up in the initial part of stage 2. You can see multiple continuation moves there. SATA scores started to get above the key SATA 6 level back when it was still in stage 1, and then started to expand. We've got some maximum 10 scores in the recent months there. At the moment, pulling back in just above the 10-week moving average. If we come into the daily chart, you can see it had that major sign of strength on the stage 2 breakout, came into the backup range, then a little bit of a double bottom pattern, started to push its way back out again from the stage 2 backup area, and has since been moving higher. So currently pulling back, holding above the 50-day moving average here, but just underneath its 21-day moving average. If we put the ATR bands on, you can see it's within the neutral range between the +1 ATR and -1 ATR levels here at the moment, with volume drying up on the pullback. So in potential position to start moving higher in stage 2 again. So at the moment, currently on a SATA score of 8. You can see that has declined over the last 3 weeks from a maximum 10, but still in the strong range. Anything in a 6 or above is considered in the strong zone. You can see its sub-industry still quite strong, with 63% of the stocks on SATA 6 or above in that sub-industry, whereas the actual sector and broader industries are much weaker here, only with 33% and 35%. So in the communication services there on SATA 6 or above. We look at another stock, IREN. So this is from the crypto stocks group. So this has been consolidating over the last week. Had a break up again through the recent pivot high. So still in a broader area of overhead resistance, still within a broader range, attempting to move back into potential stage 2, but hasn't yet cleared resistance. SATA score pushed up to a 10 and has dropped back to a 9 this week with the consolidation. So in a strong position. If we come back into the daily charts here, you can see moved out from this through some recent pivot highs above its 1 ATR level here, and has been consolidating over the last week in a tighter range, with the volume dropping off over the last 4 days there as it had a few tight days around in the +1 to +2 ATR level. So looking for a further continuation move in this one. Next up, ALGN. You can see been forming a base structure since back in November. Had a selling climax, automatic rally, secondary testing, some up thrusting, and formed a spring in May, higher low test, and is now in position to potentially move up and out. Could start to make a stage 2 breakout attempt if it can start to move through this sort of 32 to 33 area with some strength. Ideally, with that kind of move, you'd want to see some stronger relative volume if you do get that. Don't always get it, and the amount of relative strength start to move above the zero lines. At the moment, currently underperforming versus the S&P 500 and in the semiconductors group. So also with its group as well. We can see on the weekly chart here on the website. So we've got the broader structure, the spring type action here, and now sitting just underneath at the stage 2 breakout level here. So at the top of the stage 1 range, you can see the 30-week moving average has turned up, 10-week is just below that. So that mental relative strength line, the zero line, is still well below that at the moment. So a bit to make up. As I said, a bit of a laggard in the semiconductor materials and equipment group. So if we look through that, you can see it's around relative strength on a -16.9. 6 there, but SATA score up to a 6 at the moment, so starting to move into the SATA strong scores, so 6 and above. So you can see other leaders in the group at the moment: CAMT, MVNMI, TER, MU. So this is from the sub industry, not the broader semiconductor group. So at the moment, sub-industry has only got 50% of stocks in a neutral position on a SATA 6 or above, so it's a neutral position overall, but the industry is slightly weaker in the sector overall. IT, information technology, only at 31% on a SATA 6 or above, so this is in a stronger position compared to the broader sector at the moment. Come back into the daily chart here. As I said, we'll be looking for a stage 2 breakout attempt through this area, then potential back up and continuation type moves. So next up, Dutch Bros. This has come up on the watch list a few times recently. The earnings reaction move as it's pushed up and out into a new stage 2 attempt. Had an initial attempt to break out into stage 2 and rolled over very quickly. Undercut his 200-day moving average. The earnings reaction moved it back up again, started to move back out again. So we're now in the potential backup zone at the moment. So looking for a continuation move up and out. Back through this 180R level and the recent pivot highs here. If we look on a weekly chart at the moment, you can see it's got broader base structure, so sitting right at the top of that broader structure that it's been in for majority of the last year or so here. So attempting to move out in early stage 2, but got some more work to do here to really prove that it's in stage 2 and not just an up thrust at the top of the